Action by the Central Bank of the Republic of Kosovo to address the climate and environmental risk will be toward strengthening regulatory framework toward EU regulation and directives and Basel standards, strengthening supervisory practices, encompassing the assessment and full understanding of banks' exposure to the climate risk, using scenario analysis and, where applicable, stress testing. Central Bank of the Republic of Kosovo will work on building internal capacities, increasing the cooperation with domestic institutions responsible for climate change mitigation and adoption, considering the international commitments of the Republic of Kosovo. To help to contribute to this direction, financial literacy and broader communication to participating in international conferences, workshops and forums like this for broadening the expertise and knowledge in this area of the climate risk is part of the Central Bank plan. Addressing to the ESG aspects has multiple benefits for the entire economy and contributes sustainably to reducing or preventing the adverse impact of the current or expected future climate risks, promote foreign investments opportunities, attract new investments and financing, and shift the current credit exposure from the traditional sectors.
Opening of the Sustainable Finance Forum, which has set several ambitious goals and tackles big challenges, and which I believe will be accomplished thanks to the great coordination and cooperation. The year 2023 has presented challenges for banks, the region, in the local market, in the region and beyond. One of the most pressing challenges has been the relentless inflationary pressure that have gripped the economy. Rising prices, driven by a variety of factors, have eroded the purchasing power of individuals, have slowed down savings in deposits, and strained the financial stability of businesses in the private sector. In such an environment, the task of lending becomes more complex for our banks. Banks must navigate the delicate balance between offering credit to stimulate economic growth and managing the risk associated with a volatile economic climate. Inflation, coupled with other economic factors, has created a situation where the cost of funds for banks has risen. Central banks have been forced to raise interest rates to combat inflation, which in turn has increased the cost of borrowing for banks. This has created a challenging environment for both banks and borrowers. Kosovo banks have demonstrated a remarkable commitment to continue lending despite these difficulties. They have shown adaptability by developing innovative financial products, restructuring loan terms, and providing necessary support to businesses and individuals affected by inflation. The banking sector has played an essential role in supporting the wider economy by providing financial support to businesses. Thanks to the generous support from IFC and the great commitment from our member banks, we have been able to join the SBFN network.
Climate change is impacting the Western Balkans. Increased natural hazards and temperature shifts result in significant economic issues, impacting lives and slowing economic growth. Recent events, including the Russian invasion of Ukraine and the ramification of COVID-19, have compounded these challenges. We're now experiencing higher inflation and tighter credit conditions. The needs are many, and as countries grapple with fiscal constraints and limitations to realize their development aspirations, the private sector can play a crucial role in providing solutions and financing. And the event today is an opportunity to discuss that and accelerate our efforts here. Let me speak a bit about IFC's role and achievements in that space. So at IFC, we're dedicated to fostering the private sector growth in emerging markets. In 2023, we delivered, so fiscal year 2023, we delivered 7.6 billion in climate finance and mobilized another 6.8 billion from other sources. So when we invest, we don't go alone. We have an agenda as well to bring others and to bring commercial banks, other IFIs in our projects. So that's a critical part of our mission, not only create markets for the private sector, but also bring investors. Our goal is to increase the percentage of climate-friendly projects in the portfolios of financial institutions as well, from just above 10% today to 30% by 2030. And more going forward, right? I mean, we want all projects to be ESG at the end.
We are all witnesses of climate change and are aware of the impact it has on our planet and on our future. Beyond the risks it poses to the planet and ourselves, climate change also directly affects both companies and banks. does so in different ways, such as stranded assets, changes in consumer preferences, tightening regulations. ESG practices ensure that private investments deliver development results and are sustainable and inclusive. Increased transparency on environmental risks and environmental impact allows investors to make decisions efficiently, promotes innovation capabilities in the financial sector, and helps to avoid greenwashing. ESG practices, and particularly sustainable finance, will sooner or later become a necessary thing to do. Sustainability is critical to companies' business success. It is critical too for their customers, surrounding communities, for other stakeholders, and of course the environment. As capital providers, financial institutions are ideally placed to help the private sector adapt to new economic realities under climate change scenarios. Switzerland remains committed to support the sustainability agenda. Therefore, we will remain an active partner in this area. We are willing to continue supporting stakeholders in Kosovo